Hi folks, this is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com, back with Chronic Wellness. Thank you for joining me here. I am recording this on March 16th of 2021. So we are a year in to the first global pandemic of my lifetime, and what a year it's been. I was listening to an episode of On the Media, a podcast from WNYC last week, and there was a public health expert talking about the question, when will this pandemic be over? And it was such a nuanced and layered question because, of course, the coronavirus, the novel COVID-19 coronavirus, will be with us for the rest of time, or its mutations and variants and cousins. And yet this pandemic will sunset. We will hit herd immunity. We will get this time under control. And so the talk went to questions of, when will we know that that moment has arrived? And Governor of New York, Bill de Blasio, had said to healthcare workers at this time last year or a little bit later, we'll throw you a ticker tape parade when this is all over. And so the public health official was saying, well, we could probably do that this summer in terms of physical distancing and masks and it being outdoors. And so, sure, that can happen. But does that mean the pandemic's over? No, of course not. But what does mean the pandemic's over? I mean, some places have returned to almost normalcy by most measures, in terms of schools and restaurants and shops and street life all being back to normal. In some countries, that's certainly not true of where I live, Eugene, Oregon. And yet that day will come. And yet for me, someone who is immune compromised, immune suppressed, who has lung disease, to imagine that this pandemic is ending anytime soon is pretty hard to fathom. And so the question was asked of the public health expert, when for you will this pandemic be over? And she said, well, when I can go to a public event like a wedding or a retirement and not know people's vaccination status and attend without wearing a mask, without any qualms about my safety from the novel coronavirus, that's when I feel like this pandemic will be over. And I thought, I'll be lucky if that's ever the case for me. And so, that's not to say that I won't sit outside at an outdoor cafe or bar or restaurant this summer. That's not to say that I won't invite people into my home once I've been fully vaccinated and they have too. That's not to say that there won't be little ways in which my life gets to expand out, but it is a moment of contemplation and perhaps trying to wrap my head around acceptance that life just doesn't go back to normal. How about you? How much has normal already returned in your world? How much will it return? When do you expect that might happen? And I'll ask you the same question. When for you will the pandemic be over? I'd love to hear your responses. So leave them in the comments below. And as ever, I'm grateful for you sharing some time here with me today. I'm always glad to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed, I'd be grateful if you would. And until we're together again, be well.